Have you ever stopped to wonder why, despite all our satellites mapping every inch of the Earth's surface and our probes venturing to distant planets, there are still secrets right here on our world that defy explanation? We've charted the stars, split the atom, and unlocked the human genome. But scattered across continents and hidden beneath waves are artifacts and structures that challenge everything we think we know about history, technology, and even reality itself. What if these aren't just anomalies? What if they're clues to lost civilizations, advanced knowledge from forgotten eras, or something even more unsettling? Today, we're diving into 7 real discoveries that modern science still can't fully explain. Stick around, because each one builds on the last, revealing patterns that might just rewrite the story of humanity. And trust me, by the end, you'll be questioning what's really out there. Let's start with a puzzle that's been tormenting scholars for over a century. Imagine stumbling upon a book that's not just old, but utterly alien in its content. This is the Voynich manuscript, an enigmatic tome that's baffled the brightest minds. Discovered in the early 1900s by an antiquarian bookseller named Wilfrid Voynich, who, by the way, acquired it from a Jesuit college in Italy, it now resides in a secure vault at Yale University. What exactly is it? A 240-page volume filled with intricate illustrations of bizarre plants that don't match any known species, astrological diagrams, and pages of flowing script in an unknown language. When was it created? Carbon dating places it between 1404 and 1438, during the early Renaissance. Where did it come from? Theories point to Europe, possibly Italy or Central Europe, but its origins are shrouded in mystery. Why does it matter? Because despite efforts from codebreakers, linguists, and even artificial intelligence, no one has deciphered it. How was it made? The parchment is high-quality calfskin, the ink consistent with the era. But the text follows patterns that mimic natural languages. Words repeat logically, sentences have structure. Yet it resists all translation attempts. Some speculate it was crafted by a genius like Leonardo da Vinci. Others think it's a hoax by a clever forger. But here's what hooks you. If it's a fake, why go to such lengths? And if it's real, what forbidden knowledge does it hold? Medicinal secrets, alchemical formulas, or messages from a lost world? As you ponder that, consider how this manuscript has driven people to obsession, with some researchers spending lifetimes chasing its secrets. What if cracking it reveals truths we're not ready for? Hold that thought as we move to something even more mechanical and mind-bending. Picture this. You're diving in crystal-clear waters, expecting ancient pottery or coins, but instead, you haul up a device that looks like it belongs in a steampunk workshop. That's the story of the Antikythera mechanism, unearthed in 1901 from a shipwreck off the Greek island of Antikythera. Who found it? A team of sponge divers led by Captain Dimitrios Kondos, who were originally hunting for sea sponges, but stumbled upon a Roman cargo ship from around 60-70 BCE. What is this thing? A bronze-geared apparatus, about the size of a shoebox, with over 30 interlocking gears, dials, and inscriptions. When was the shipwreck? The vessel sank in the 1st century BCE, making the mechanism at least 2,000 years old. Where was it headed? Likely from Rhodes or another Hellenistic center to Rome, carrying luxury goods. But why is it so perplexing? This wasn't just a toy. It was an analog computer designed to predict astronomical positions, eclipses, and even the dates of the Olympic Games. How did it work? By turning a crank, users could simulate the movements of the sun, moon, and planets with astonishing accuracy using differential gears, a technology not rediscovered until the 14th century. Scientists are stunned because nothing comparable existed for another millennium. It's like finding a laptop in an ancient tomb. Who built it? Possibly Hipparchus, the famed astronomer, or someone from the school of Posidonius. But the real curiosity builder, if the ancients had this level of engineering, what other inventions have vanished? Were there entire workshops producing these? And how did they achieve such precision without modern tools? As we explore further, you'll see how these outliers connect, hinting at knowledge passed down or perhaps interrupted through time. But first, let's plunge into colder waters where something far stranger lurks. Now, shift your imagination to the murky depths of the Baltic Sea, where in 2011, A routine sonar scan turned up an anomaly that feels ripped from a sci-fi thriller. Who made the discovery? A Swedish treasure hunting team called Ocean X, led by divers Peter Lindberg and Dennis Osberg, while mapping the seafloor for shipwrecks. What did they find? A massive, circular formation about 200 feet in diameter with sharp edges, a central mushroom shape, and what appear to be stair-like features leading to a ramp. When did this happen? During an expedition in June 2011, using side-scan sonar that revealed the object at a depth of around 300 feet. Where exactly? In the Gulf of Bothnia, between Sweden and Finland, in international waters. Why does it defy explanation? Initial theories suggested a natural glacial deposit or rock formation, but divers reported electromagnetic interference, lights failing, cameras glitching, compasses going haywire. How could that be? Samples showed unusual materials like limonite and goethite, but no definitive answers. Some whisper it's a crashed UFO or an ancient structure. Skeptics say it's just geology. But ponder this. Why do electronics malfunction nearby, and why the perfect symmetry? Expeditions have returned with more questions than answers, including reports of an unnatural silence underwater. What if it's not from our world or our time? As we build this tapestry of enigmas, notice how each one involves advanced tech or construction beyond its era. The next one takes us to towering heights, where stones whisper impossible secrets. High in the Peruvian Andes, near the ancient Inca capital of Cusco, stands a fortress that laughs in the face of modern engineering. This is Sacsayhuaman, a sprawling complex of walls built with megalithic stones. Who constructed it? Attributed to the Inca Empire around the 15th century, under rulers like Pachacuti, though legends say it predates them. What makes it extraordinary? Massive boulders, some weighing up to 200 tons, more than a Boeing 737, fitted together without mortar, so seamlessly that not even a sheet of paper slips between joints. When was it built? Estimates range from 1438 onward during the Inca expansion. Where is it located? At an elevation of over 12,000 feet, overlooking Cusco in southern Peru. Why is it a mystery? The Incas lacked iron tools, wheels, or draft animals, yet these stones are cut with laser-like precision, featuring polygonal shapes with up to 12 angles. How did they do it? Theories include softening rocks with plant acids or using bronze chisels and manpower, thousands of workers hauling via ropes and ramps. But recreations fail. Earthquakes devastate nearby colonial buildings, yet these walls endure unshaken. What forgotten techniques allowed this? Some theorize alien intervention or lost Atlantean knowledge. Imagine the labor. Who quarried these from miles away? Why such overkill for defense? As curiosity mounts, think about how this echoes the Antikythera's sophistication, advanced without precedent. But wait, our journey turns northward to a Siberian enigma that's as eerie as it is isolated. Deep in the taiga forests of eastern Siberia, a conical hill rises like a sentinel, repelling all life around it. Known as the Potomsky Crater, or Fire Eagle's Nest, this formation has puzzled explorers since its discovery. Who first documented it? Geologist Vadim Kolpakov in 1949 during a Soviet expedition. What is it? A 130-foot tall mound of shattered limestone with a smooth, dome-like cap and a central pit about 40 feet deep. When was it formed? Radiocarbon dating suggests around 300–500 years ago, possibly linked to the 1908 Tunguska event. Where? In the remote Irkutsk region, accessible only by helicopter or arduous trek. Why the aversion? Animals avoid it, trees twist abnormally, and humans report nausea, headaches, or equipment failures. Compasses spin, GPS falters. How was it created? Theories range from a meteorite impact, no fragments found, to volcanic activity, no volcanoes nearby, or even an underground gas explosion. But samples show high radioactivity and magnetic anomalies. Locals speak of curses, scientists of natural phenomena. What buried force sculpted this, and why the rejection of life? If it's artificial, who or what built it? Building on previous mysteries, notice the pattern. Interference with technology, impossible construction. Our penultimate stop, heads to arid deserts where metal defies timelines. In the scorched expanses of western China's Qinghai province, near Mount Baigong, protrude iron pipes that shatter archaeological timelines. Who uncovered them? Local shepherds in the 1990s, but formal studies began in 2002 by Chinese scientists. What are they? Rusty pipes, 2 to 4 inches in diameter, embedded in rock and extending into a nearby salt lake bed, forming networks with elbows and joints. When dated, analysis pegs them at 150,000 years old, predating known metallurgy. Where? Around Tosan Lake, in a barren, uninhabited area. Why the confusion? Humans weren't smelting iron then. We were hunter-gatherers. How were they made? Composed of iron oxide, silicon dioxide, and calcium oxide, with signs of high heat welding. Official explanation: fossilized tree roots mineralized over time. But roots don't form uniform cylinders or connect like plumbing. What ancient system did they serve? Irrigation, fuel, or something extraterrestrial? Why hide them in desolation? As we approach the finale, these pipes tie into the theme: tech from impossible eras. Finally, let's circle back to that opening question. We've explored manuscripts that whisper undeciphered secrets, mechanisms forecasting stars millennia ago, seafloor anomalies jamming signals, walls defying physics, craters pulsing with energy, and pipes from prehistory. But here's the thread that pulls it all together. What if these aren't isolated oddities? Who might have engineered them? Lost civilizations like Atlantis, ancient visitors, or our ancestors smarter than we credit? When did this knowledge peak and vanish? Where are the missing links? Why do they evade explanation? How can we unlock them? Science inches forward, but the unknowns grow. Perhaps the real mystery is why these persist, teasing us to look deeper. What else lies undiscovered? Keep wondering, because the truth might be closer than you think. The deeper we dig, the stranger our world becomes. From cryptic manuscripts to ancient machines, these mysteries remind us that history isn't finished. It's still being written. Are these relics evidence of forgotten civilizations, alien visitors, or simply gaps in our understanding? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain: the past still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. What do you think these discoveries reveal about humanity's true origins? Share your theories in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more journeys into the unexplained.